Good evening and welcome to Tea Time.
Everybody, welcome to Tea Time. It's me. It's Teresa. Don't let the hair fool you. It is Halloween, people. It is October 31st, the last Monday of October. And I am so excited because I think this is the first time I ever actually dressed up for my show.
And she brought an old witch with her.
Yes, I did. And we're going to talk to her in a little bit. But first, I want to tell you about my weekend and what's been going on. Friday, I actually left for Pennsylvania because my godson got married in PA. Bobby's going to throw up some pictures. There we are at the wedding. That's Andrew Norton and his beautiful bride, Gabriella. And it was a wonderful time. That's Andrew Norton. And that's Andrew. That's his dad, Michael Norton. And he watches every week religiously Tea Time. There's Michael. Sorry, Michael. I have my godson on my mind. That's my mother, Jean. She was my +1, and we had a wonderful, wonderful weekend at the wedding. And there's a couple more pictures Bobby's going to put up. There's, okay, so that's me. And then in the middle is the groom's mom, Joanne, who I've known my entire life. Since like we're 2 and 3 years old. And then to the right in red is beautiful Teresa. So I want to give a shout out to happy birthday, Lisa. That's my girlfriend, Lisa. Saw her last night, celebrated her birthday. Her birthday is today for Halloween. Can you believe this? These Halloween babies. And I think the next picture is my niece. Yes, that's my niece, Victoria. She dressed up as Elvis, and her girlfriend was Priscilla. Love it. And then today is my daughter Valerie's 25th birthday. Bobby, leave that up for a second. There she is. That's me with my short hair. That picture was taken in Florida, actually, when we were visiting Joanne and Andrew and Michael. And I think Valerie was like, I don't know, 3 or something. How damn cute. Wasn't she adorable?
Adorable.
So that's my daughter. And then I have her, a few more pictures. Her dressed up as an old lady. I dressed her up as an old lady. She was in elementary school. She was the hit of her school. They're like, look at that little girl dressed up as an old lady. They love that outfit. She even had, I gave her a pocketbook. I put tissues in there with rosary beads. And it was an adjustable cane. And then that's her. This is just a few pictures of my daughter and I on Halloween, because obviously her birthday's Halloween. We like to dress up. That was the year I was a gypsy. And yeah, I can't believe my daughter's 25 now. She's engaged. She's going to get married. I was a witch that year. And she was a heavy metal rocker or something. She was wearing a heavy metal. So, yeah, that was my weekend. And I also want to say, you know, it being the last day of October, it is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So, ladies, girls, get your girls checked out. Go for your mammos. And, you know, it's very, very, very important to, you know, get your boobies checked out. And men, too. So, Friday night, rehearsal dinner. Saturday was the wedding. And then Sunday we had a beautiful, beautiful brunch. And then my mom and I came back home. Just a lovely, lovely weekend. Really, just, you know, it's always nice when it's a nice occasion and you see people that you haven't seen in a long time since COVID. All right, so listen, I'm going to get to my guest. And I'm excited, not only because it's Halloween and I have my good friend Barbara sitting next to me, but Barbara was my very, very, very first guest on Tea Time. Ever.
I made a disgrace of myself.
Yes, she did. Because
I said bad words.
Barbara said bad words, and and told a lot of risque stories.
Dirty
But that's
shimmings.
when my show wasn't on Cablevision because, you know, tea time. I don't know what's going on with this hair, but tea
It's
time.
fine.
I love it. Don't you love it? Look, it's past the
It's
boobies.
fine.
I love this. I wish my regular hair looked like this on
Mine
a daily
too.
basis. So Barbara was my very, very first guest on Tea Time when I was on another network, another studio. And it was great because this woman is so talented in so many different ways. But Barbara is an actor. She's a comedian. She's an artist. And I want everyone to get to know her. She is one of my best friends, and I am blessed that God put her in my path. And we have so much to tell you and get to. So Barbara Held.
Yes.
First,
Yes, Saint
first
Teresa.
tell me, what was your maiden name? Because I don't know what you...
Siegel.
Siegel. And I didn't know this, you see, so I'm going to learn some stuff tonight. I did not
No?
know that was your maiden
How
name.
do you like that?
And tell everyone where you were born and raised.
Brooklyn, but I spent a lot of time in Denver because my maternal grandmother, whom I adore and love, and she saved my life, lived.
Yeah.
She had an antique store, and she taught me to see beauty.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I want to know, but did you ever live with her in Denver?
I lived with her for several years, and I went to school. I went to the Kent School for Girls, and when one says that, you have to
Be a little
bow.
proper
Yes,
about it?
yes.
Okay. And then how old were you? Like, from what age to what age?
I was in first, second, and third grade, and when I got there at first grade, I went to a private school. They paid a freaking,
You could say freaking.
No, I won't say anything else. Freaking fortune for me to go. And when I got there, they were doing Pierre and his donkey in French. Could you imagine? I'm from Brooklyn. Pierre and his donkey.
That's funny.
It wasn't.
So then you moved back to New York?
My parents sent me out.
Okay.
When my sister was born, they couldn't handle 2 children.
Okay.
So
All
I
right.
begged to go to Grandma, and there were only 2 pleas to send me.
Really?
Several years later, when I was 11 and a half and my sister was almost 6, they let the 2 of us go alone. I'm the big one.
Yeah.
And we had a compartment, and we went cross-country to Denver because they couldn't cope with 2 children, and they had a wonderful summer without us, and we had a wonderful summer without them. Speaking of my parents, I must say that they were shell-shocked from the Depression.
Yeah.
And they developed certain habits. My mother called me up. She has a Chicago accent. And she said, "Bobby, what's the matter?" "I finished with all the napkins." I said, "Ma, you're there 17 years. I know. Just go out and buy it." She says, "No, those are all the napkins I brought from New York."
Napkins. That's how
She
said
brought
it,
napkins from New York.
Oh, my God.
17 years. When she died, my sister told me she had 49 rolls of aluminum foil.
Wow.
Huh.
Well, you know, it's because they went without. So
Yeah.
then you don't want to be afraid to go without again. You know
Oh,
what I
listen
mean?
to
I
this
get
one.
it.
When they were living in Florida, my father loved birds. They had formerly lived in Brooklyn. He loved birds,
Did he
and
raise,
they lived
did he
on
do
the
the
canal.
pigeon thing in Brooklyn? Did he do pigeons? Like
No,
raise pigeons?
no. He just liked to look and draw. He was very good in drawing and
Oh, so he
painting.
was
The
a-
whole family
yeah.
was doing something.
Very artsy.
Well, he learned from me. See.
Oh, okay.
So he saw a white, beautiful bird, and he yelled to my mother, "Seal, come here! I see a heron."
A heron?
She said, "A heron? Don't put the air on. It's not so hot." He said, "A heron, a heron, a heron." She says, "No air conditioning." He was saying he was seeing a bird, a heron.
A heron?
Right.
Oh, my God. That's...
Oh, so when my sister and I went to Denver by ourselves, would
Yeah.
you let your 11-year-old go with your 6-year-old, 5-year-old?
Probably not.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
I had a thing with the safety pin. It says,
Okay.
"Watch
Your
these
name?
children."
Oh, watch these kids?
No,
Oh, my God. That's
no one
funny.
watched us, and I took it off immediately. So we were in a very small compartment. And when we went to go to sleep,
Yeah.
the first night, we had to change trains in Chicago. But the first night, we went to go to sleep, and the porter came and he pulled down. He had to reach in because the room was so small he couldn't get in it, and pulled down the bunk. And she was going to sleep in the upper one, I was going to sleep in the lower one. My sister, being the wild child that she was, took a flying leap on the bed closed up, and all you saw were her legs hanging
Oh my
out.
God.
Ooh.
It's like almost like a Murphy bed then, right?
Sort of,
How it
yeah.
kind of like disappeared and then like you couldn't see it?
Well, you couldn't see her.
Just
all
her
you could
feet?
see legs.
That's funny.
And I didn't like her much
Just
then,
her
but I
legs.
became shrieking, my sister, you're killing my sister. Everyone, the conductors, the people in the next cab, they came running, and they had to pull, I'm pulling on her legs, and they had to pull it down. So they said, I was unnerved.
Yeah.
So, and she didn't care. She thought it was funny.
Well, she thought it was a ride.
Once she started breathing again, she thought it was really good. So they said to us, go into the bar car, go in there and get any soda, anything you want there.
Right, they were bribing you.
We were glad.
Well, that's good.
So we went in, and it was all soldiers because they were coming home from being stationed in Germany after World War II. It was mostly a troop train, but my parents, in their haste to get rid of us, got us some sort of a ticket. It was wonderful.
Well, you're talking in times that are long ago. I mean, you feel comfortable sharing how old you are?
How old? I'm 86. But I have to tell you, I don't really look like this. I'm dressed like a witch. I have stupid hair, a rotten hat that she loves.
Nothing wrong with the hat.
and
but
if
I know
I
she parked her broom outside.
And if I say anything wrong, my family won't recognize me, so it's fine. Anyway, you're making me miss the whole bulk of this good story. So we go into the bar car. There were all these soldiers there, and they were lonesome to see little kids that had been in Germany all these years.
Yeah.
I don't know what possessed me, but I started to sing because I thought I was going to be Rita Hayworth.
Yes. Well,
I leaned on the bar.
You mean Shirley Temple?
Screw Shirley. Can I say that?
Yeah.
She was ugly and a Republican. Just a minute. I don't like that. Sorry. She, I thought I was, if you don't mind, Rita Hayworth.
Rita Hayworth singing. I just remember her acting.
Put the blame on me.
Oh,
voice.
yeah, okay. That was the one thing
yeah.
she did, I think.
But I didn't sing that.
What'd you sing? Do you remember?
Sentimental Journey.
Great song.
A lot of other things. Leaning on the bar like a woman.
So you entertained the soldiers before
Just a
Bob
minute.
Hope did.
Yeah. No, he had gone before. And I put my sister in the bar, and my sister did her rendition of a tap dance. When she used to get angry, she put her fist in her mouth and go, So she did a tap dance doing that, and the guys never saw anything. I never saw anything like that except her doing it. And they were so happy to see this that they threw money on the bar.
Oh, wow.
So she did it more. And they started playing instruments. A guy had a guitar, and a guy made spoons, and a guy put paper on his comb, and there was a huge amount of boys there, and I'm the chanteuse. One of the best experiences of my life.
That's nice. And that was like the first time you ever really performed in public?
No.
No?
No, my sister was such a wild child that I used to go around to different classes entertaining, talking about what a nut she was.
What a nut she was.
She really resents me saying that, but she was wild. Anyway, so what did you want to ask me?
Well, we're going to take my first commercial break, and then when I come back, I'm going to start asking Barbara some questions. So stay right there. And don't go away. We'll be right back.
Well, hi there, Teresa. It's John York from General Hospital. I am just checking in because apparently you have a great talk show called Tea Time on Strong Island TV. I want you to have continued great success and have a lot of fun. It sounds like you're having a lot of fun. And that's pretty much the key to everything, isn't it? So continued success. I'm proud of you. Have a great day, Teresa. Bye.
Thank you, John York from General Hospital. Everyone, you have the right show on. It's Teresa. It's tea time. It's Monday night. It is Halloween. And I thought I'd get dressed up. I'm actually dressed as Esmeralda. I have from the Hunchback of Notre Dame. I have my authentic tambourine here.
Yeah, that's good looking.
And I have my, I'm just going to stand up real quick and show you I have on my, you can hear it. You can hear it. All right, and Bobby's gonna put up some pictures of Halloween's past. That's me, and I got a great guy to do my makeup, and my neck looked like a chunk was taken out. But that was actually for a wedding. Friends of mine got married on Halloween,
wow.
And that's what I wore to the wedding. That's
Are they still married?
They are, and that's what
look how
Hocus
pretty.
Pocus is popular now, and that's like my little homage to Hocus Pocus.
Bosoms hanging out.
Yeah, my bosoms, my girls. And that was
boy.
that was a couple of years ago. I was a what do you call dancer?
Apache.
Mariachi? Not mariachi.
Apache dancer.
No, mariachi.
Yes.
That's mariachi. Yes.
Whatever.
I didn't have my castanets.
Oh,
And there I
is
am
that
in the 50s.
funny?
Listen, as you could tell people, I like Halloween.
Your daughter
and
looks just like you there.
being because it's my daughter's birthday, we go all out for Halloween. Yeah. It's fun. It's fun. And I'm talking to Barbara Held, and Barbara is a friend of mine. She is an actor. She's a comedian. She's an artist. She's so talented in so many different departments.
Can we tell them how we met?
Yes, Barbara, tell everyone how we met.
Okay, so I was having a knee replacement, and I was really, really nervous about it. My husband had passed away, so it was just me. And our mutual friend Lynn suggested, I have this nice girl around the corner who's my friend, and she's not doing anything, and she's wonderful, and she'll help me.
Yes.
Help you. Yes. I mean, she helped me.
Right.
Oh, shut up. So, she came. And for a solid almost year, she was my Saint Teresa. And I almost recovered. She was wonderful, and since then, I mean, we've been very close.
Yeah.
And I love her, and I'm so amazed at her progress and what she's doing.
And she's my number one fan.
I am.
She
I
usually
came
comes
to
every
everything.
comedy show that I do, and I got Barbara, which we're going to talk about later. We won't talk about now, but I got her involved in a series, in a TV series, which we're going to talk about later. But I really want to know about how and when you knew you can draw, because I really
always
feel that's like a natural God-given talent. I mean, I can't even draw a stick figure. So how
I could
old
teach you
were
how to draw.
How old were you? And you naturally you didn't take any lessons. You're self-taught.
I'm too stubborn to listen to anyone because I had bad experiences. In public school, the teacher almost flunked me because I didn't make her tree. I'm not making her tree, I'm making my tree.
Right.
And then in high school, I almost flunked because the teacher said, you didn't do this, you must have had someone do your homework for you.
Really?
And I'm keeping it, said he, little swine.
Really?
You know, that's why I got to be the big mouth, really mad person I am. I've been sinned against.
But she doesn't just draw. She also sculpts. She also does this beautiful
bead. I don't think they can see it.
beadwork, and she makes beautiful brooches and bracelets.
I used to make clothing and sell it in the Hamptons.
Really?
You didn't know that?
No.
Yes, you did.
No, I did not know clothing. I did not know
I
clothing.
did scarves and jackets and a couple of coats that were wonderful.
And she does art quilt. And I have one of her quilts here that I'm going to show you. It's stunning. It's just stunning what goes. They're 3D. They're 3D quilts. And while I hold it up.
Don't do it upside down.
No, it's not up. Listen, I'm going to hold it up, and Barbara's going to talk about it. Okay, so I'm just going to hold it like this. And Barbara, you talk about it.
Okay, well, this is Queen Esther, for those of you who know the Bible. Queen Esther was married to a king, and you didn't go before the king unless he called you, and she could have been beheaded. But she had heard that her uncle was going to be hanged by a wretched person there who didn't want a Jewish person to get ahead. And he wanted the Jewish person to bow to him, which wasn't going to happen then. So she planned a party, and she got all, as we say in the language, farputzt, which means dressed up beyond words. And you could see her I don't know, wiggle it a little bit.
Well, there's jewelry on here. What it is, it's three-dimensional, and that's what's amazing about this. It's three-dimensional. So there's a lot of jewels on here. There's a lot of pearls. There's lace. It's just so exquisite. I mean, the camera really doesn't do much for it, but all this is all like the jewel here. This is like all like a pin, and there's all lace. It's just gorgeous.
This is next.
Yeah, it's just beautiful. It's just so it's just stunning. Now, how long does something like this take you to do?
Most of them take about 3 months.
Wow.
I was in a group and for 18 years, and we sent things with a show, and the things went around the country for a year, and then the next year we had another challenge.
Right.
I had about 25 quilts.
Well, you have
but
them,
much bigger ones.
She has them all around the house, and I have to say, each quilt is exceptional. Each quilt has a story behind it.
Oh yeah,
and that's what I love. Tell them about the one in the hallway with all the women.
Oh, one of the challenges was, I don't even remember, and I don't even like those women, so I hope they're not watching.
No, the quilt of the women.
The quilt, I know what you're saying.
You know what I'm
all
talking
the
about.
women,
All
the
the
deco women.
Yes.
So I thought about making, well, I should have brought it.
It's huge.
Yeah, it's big. I thought about making little ladies separately and then sewing them all together. And I thought, I love deco. What kind of costumes can I make them?
Yes.
And I looked on my floor, and there were a million pieces of stuff laying on the floor. Picked them up, put them on, and they're all dressed up with jewelry. They're about
they're beautiful. It's just
each
beautiful.
panel is this
It's
high,
beautiful.
and there were what, 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Yeah,
9 panels.
It's huge. It's tremendous. But what's nice is that instead of photograph, but she has photographs in her home, obviously, but the walls are just decorated with these beautiful, beautiful quilts. And, you know, there's a lot of love and time that goes into them, you know,
And
a lot of work.
sweat and tears.
What I want to know was, you got married at what age?
I was just 20.
You were 20 years old.
I married the boy across the street down the block.
Right. And you were married for how long?
I was married 56 years till he passed away.
Yes. But while you were married to him, I know you were involved in your local temple, and you did some shows there.
Some shows, we did 18 years of theater at the temple.
Right.
We were sitting there singing a Yiddish song, which my husband didn't know. And it's like Judy Garland and what's his name? The short guy.
Rooney.
Thank you.
But you did a lot of shows.
Wait, a
and
guy
you performed
pokes
a
his
lot.
head in the door and he says, "Oh, I hear singing. We're having a show. We need singers." We were out of there so fast. We did 18 years of shows.
Wow.
I produced 5.
Good for you.
I helped direct a few.
Uh-huh.
I played Bloody Mary in South Pacific.
Yes.
Oh, stingy bastard. And I played Vera in Mame, if you know those.
Oh, yeah, meme. Yeah.
Mame, pity.
Yes.
And I had a lot of third leads. Then I had those with the 2 second leads.
Uh-huh.
They wanted me to do, I forgot it, doesn't matter.
But the point is that you in the theater
Oh, yes.
for like 18 years.
18 years.
And did you, I'm sure you helped out with costumes.
I made some of the costumes. Well, this is how I learned to sew, actually. When I did Mame, I had to have 8 costume changes.
Wow.
8 swanky, because I was this actress, Mame.
Right.
And this actress,
Right.
Vera,
Right.
the second lead.
Mm-hmm.
And so I got all these linings,
Right.
swanky, smooth, nice, different colors.
Nice.
Shiny. And I laid them down on the floor, and I laid down with a piece of chalk. I was half my size then. And I chalked around my body. You know, when somebody's killed and you have
Yeah,
that chalk.
the outline.
That looked like a
The
dead
outline.
body there.
Okay.
And then I cut it out, and then I sewed it, and then I put it on and found out that, no, I'm more dimensional than this. Is like for a paper doll. So I became the queen of the gusset.
Okay.
I slashed it here, I put jewels. I slashed it here, I put some schmutters, I don't know what.
Uh-huh.
And that's 8 costumes slashing.
That's a lot of work.
Oh, yes.
It's a lot of work.
And I helped make a few costumes for other people, but then it was too arduous. And
So listen, so your husband passes away,
oh, yeah.
and you know you were alone for a while, but then you had a few male friends.
Yes,
And
I
then
had a gentleman.
one in particular, you had a gentleman friend who was very, very nice. I met him. He was very nice, and you had a lot of fun with him in the house and out.
Please, what are you inferring?
Well, let's just say
Never mind.
you were more active than I was. We can say that. Anyway.
I won't.
But he was a lovely companion.
For 3 years,
Yes.
and then he died of COVID.
Yes.
There, but
Very sad, very sad.
Then I had the most wonderful friend in the world.
Oh, we're talking about Lee.
He was
Let's
gay.
mention Lee, because well, it doesn't matter if Lee was gay or not.
Well, I just want to say he was an angel on earth.
He was.
And I guess God needed him at 63 years old.
Yeah, he was very young.
He
very
was
young.
really my buddy for
Yeah.
8-9 years,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
I had the best of times with him.
yeah. But he's watching us tonight. I'm sure he's getting a kick out of your outfit. He's probably saying, how'd Teresa get her to put on that hat?
Something he's saying.
I don't know about that. But
And then I had a friend in the banker who was so lovely, and he died. And young, 56
oh my
years
God,
old.
are we going to leave? Listen, we're not going to my next commercial
You know,
talking
even
about
though-
death. So let's tell them your joke that you told me on the
Which
phone
one?
today.
Oh, that's silly, but I'll tell
Yeah,
it.
tell it. Go ahead.
So an Arab is lost in the desert, which seems silly. And he's crawling on the sand, and he sees in the distance a shed. And the shed has ties hanging all over it.
Right.
So he crawls up to the shed, and he says to the old man there, I need water. The man says, well, I can't do much for you, but I could sell you a tie. He says, what, are you crazy? I'm not buying a tie from you. He says, well, all right. Right, I need water. Right down over that sand dune is a beautiful restaurant. He says, a restaurant? He says, yeah, just scroll over, but you'll be back. I won't be back. The guy crawls with his tongue hanging out. He pushes the door. The maitre d' stands there, opens the door, and he looks down and says, can I help you, sir? And the guy says, water, water. He said, well, I'm very sorry. We don't serve anyone here without a tie. But you know.
But on that, we're going to take my break. When we come back, more with Barbara Held. Don't go away. Stay right there. Happy Halloween.
Wonder Woman was everything to little girls, especially that look like me. She stands for being a voice for people that need a voice. My organization renovates homes for people with disabilities. And when I come home, a self-care routine makes me feel my best. I'm very proud of the difference that we're making, and to see that impact in my community inspires me to work even harder for everyone around me.
How you doing? It's Sal, the voice Valentinetti. Why are you watching me? You should be watching Teresa Canastraci Tea Time with Teresa Canastraci Farrell. And make sure you follow Teresa on Facebook, Tea Time with Teresa Canastraci Farrell. We'll see you there.
I love the way you say my name. I love
How I got sick.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to a special Halloween tea time, a spooktacular tea time. I'm with Barbara Held. She's my good friend. She's an actor. She's a comedian. She's an artist. She's so talented. So, yeah, before
Gardener.
the break. Oh, and gardener. She loves to garden and has a beautiful garden. Back, front. I mean, really, really lovely. So I want to say hi to Ann. Give shout out to Ann Rothby.
Hello, Ann.
Hi, Ann. Thanks for watching. Everyone, please like the show. Please share it. Tea Time is live tonight on Facebook and YouTube. And then we go to Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Twitch TV, everywhere podcasts can be heard. And Saturday at 11 a.m. on Channel 20, people on Long Island who get Optimum can watch us on TV.
Oh my God! Can my sister in Pennsylvania see that?
No, she's gonna have to go to Roku or
She'll go.
or
She'll
Amazon
go.
Fire. But don't worry, we'll get her to watch it.
Okay.
And hopefully Glenn's watching it. Your son Glenn,
Hello, Glenn.
and he's in Massapequa, right?
Yeah. No, Farmingdale.
Oh, he's in Farmingdale. Okay.
Hello, grandchildren, just in case.
Yes, just in case.
I didn't do anything to embarrass you
So
yet.
listen, so let's talk about you and like going out, because
No.
you came to see me do comedy and you're like, I think I want to do stand-up comedy. And I says, well, Barbara, I'll take you to an open mic. And at the time, I took you to Coasters because Coasters was having at the time, remember, an open mic. And you said, I don't stand up, I sit down.
No, I doing stand-up sitting.
You're doing stand-up sitting down.
Don't ruin that line.
I'm sorry. And then so you got up and you wrote some stuff and I helped you a little bit and you really did really well. Everyone really enjoyed your comedy.
Well, the thing that got me was when we did the small room in what's the name?
The little room you didn't perform there.
I did. You don't remember? Say the name of the club.
Governors.
Yeah, I went to the little room in the Governors, and they told me they want a tight 5 minutes. I said, there's nothing tight with me. Anyway, so they had a stage that was high as this table. You see the height?
You're right. She went there for an open mic. Good.
And
She's right.
they had a footstool this big
Yeah, it's
to
terrible.
get up on it.
It's so dangerous.
I asked for 3 fellas to help me get on. One on my right cheek, one on my left cheek, and one in the middle. They pushed me up. I was facing the wall. I said, ladies and gentlemen, oh, turned around. Then she gave me some stuff to say, which I could have said my own stuff, like how I fell into the lake at camp
Yeah.
when I was old.
Yeah.
How I almost drowned in the pool the next day when I was old.
Oh my
but
God.
no, I had to do what she said. She's such a
Because
bully.
it was funny. Listen.
It wasn't.
We were a big hit here. Okay, on a Friday night.
Oh, we were a big hit here. She said, do improv. So we're sitting
She
on
said, "What's improv?"
I did not.
Yes, you did. You said, "Oh, well, you said I've never done improv." You said something about
I
improv.
do it. My whole life is improv.
Well, anyway, Bobby here on Thursday nights he does a live band, so you could come down on a Thursday night, play with the band, and then sing. And on Friday nights he does an open mic. You can get up and do a monologue. You can sing. You can. So Barbara and I.
May I continue our story?
Go ahead. Just tell them what we did here.
So she says, we're doing improv. All right, think of this. We're on a bench. They give us a bench in
Park bench,
a
we're in a
garden
park.
on grass.
Well, on right.
So I sit down.
And ignore the audience.
Oh, ignore the audience.
Right.
I don't believe in that. So I'm looking at Teresa, and then I start looking at the audience. Now, the girl and fella in the front were acting very badly before we got up. They were obviously on substances one doesn't... Well, anyway. So she says to me, what are you looking at? I said, I'm looking at the audience. No, don't look on the
What
audience.
audience? I said, what audience? We're
I
in
s-
the park.
We're in the park on grass. As soon as I said grass, I figured these two will faint and run toward us.
Right. For the grass.
For the grass, yes, we both understood
So we did
that.
improv.
We were good.
As 2 old women, I should have gave Bobby the picture. I'm sorry, I don't have
Given.
it. Given. But I wore a gray wig and we were sitting on the park bench and we were talking about COVID and how we haven't seen each other in a long time and how
Let's go on to
how
something.
dating is hard to do. Anyway, it was very, very funny.
I'm finished with this topic.
It was very funny. She
I have
wants
no
me, She wants
patience.
me to move on.
That's why I pressed the button.
that's
Next.
that's the button.
Next.
So the point is that she loved coming here.
Yes, this is a wonderful
And the next
place.
time I brought her here.
I had nothing to say,
Yes,
but I did everything.
Yes, because she didn't want to get up and do comedy, but when she heard some of the other there were a lot of older gentlemen that night that I was telling her,
They were terrible.
no, you just scope them. Well, maybe their jokes were terrible, but they were very nice.
They were nice people. Their
So she
jokes I
said-
had heard when I was in PS
And
119.
Bobby said, "God, Barbara, go ahead, get up, wing it, wing it, wing it," and she brought the house down.
I can't do that again so much. I really am older. I have to do preparation now. Preparation H.
You know, I was thinking it and you said
I
it.
know.
Because I gave you that look.
No, I wanted to say something about my age. You know, being this old, I don't look it when I'm in my normal face, normal self. I don't look it. I
No,
feel
not at
it,
all.
but I don't look it.
There are some days you feel it more than others.
And I think there are, two things. When you said I knew how to draw from an early age.
Yes.
Yeah, I was 4 years old. I had a pencil. I always did stuff. There are so many people, crabby,
Yeah.
who don't know what's missing from their life. I believe that they have art in their soul.
Yes.
And they have not tried it. Now, I taught classes at Adult Ed at Farmingdale College.
Really?
And
See, now this is interesting. You taught at Farmingdale College. I'm writing that down.
for several years. And people came
What
in.
was the name of the class?
Do I know?
I don't know.
I'm having memory problems. I don't know. It doesn't
Okay.
matter.
So you taught art.
To people who had never done anything like that before. The prerequisite is to be a novice.
Okay.
They loved what they did, and they turned out such wonderful things.
Wow.
Then I taught at, what's the school in America? I don't remember the name. An adult ed course.
Okay.
A couple of times, too. And I see,
So we had teacher, actor, comedian, artist, teacher.
that's not my point.
I'm just writing it down.
Write what you want, but my point is,
Anyone can learn how to.
if you have a good teacher and
That's the
they
secret.
tell you how to do it. I had terrible teachers. I told with the trees, right? Did I tell them with the trees?
The trees.
That the art teacher was going to film?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
He wanted
So,
a tree. He didn't think you did it.
I
yourself.
never had a teacher who told me anything I wanted to know. So that's why I didn't go more to art school, which was stupid. There were plenty of art schools in Manhattan I could have
Yes.
gone to.
Yes.
Oh, I didn't have a brain.
There was Parsons. There was
Don't
FIT.
go on.
Oh God, she's shutting me up already. Don't go
It's
on.
not necessary.
I don't want to talk
Everyone
about that
knows.
topic. How's my hair?
Beautiful.
I love this. I
She's
love this.
so gorgeous. I'm fainting
Oh,
from her.
stop it.
Oh, I
Tell me
didn't-
more.
So more about you. Oh, my lips are dry. I lost my interest.
Brain fart.
I was almost every single thing that Teresa has ever
Yes, yes, she has. She is my biggest fan, and she does. She supports me like my bras at every show I do. Really.
done. I call her twin.
You didn't come to the last show, but that was okay.
I was ill.
You were ill.
I didn't tell you about my illness. This is another thing that people should know.
Uh-oh.
Early on, I got a job. I had brought something back to Pearl Paint. I was making Fimo and Sculpey when they first came out. That's a type of home-baked clay.
Uh-huh.
And some things didn't come out. I was making miniature cakes and all sorts of cute furniture and stuff.
Uh-huh.
And the cakes didn't dry. So I brought them mushed up in a piece of aluminum foil. And I went to the manager and I said, look, it's not drying. And she grabbed my arm and says, come with me. What did I do now?
Uh-oh.
I said, wow. She says, you'll meet Mr. Perlmutter, who was Mr. Pearl Paint. I didn't know that.
Okay.
And she says, and this is not a way to give a demonstration. I said, who's demonstrating? I'm complaining.
Oh my gosh.
So we go to him and I showed him that. And he said, okay, I would like you to make about 30 pieces for dollhouses.
Uh-huh. That's a lot.
Oh, yeah.
And it's so meticulous because for dollhouses, it has to be so
I
tiny.
loved it. I loved it. And I painted them with Tester's paint in a oven, a regular little broiler oven that I had just for that. I didn't open the windows. I didn't wear a mask. I didn't anything. By the time I was finished, a little while later, I became lung damage beyond words.
What? Oh, yes.
I can't
yes.
smell. Now, my father smoked terribly. He died of lung cancer at young.
Yeah.
I couldn't smell. A cigarette wouldn't lay me low with bronchitis.
Yeah.
Perfume.
Very sensitive to
It
smells
killed.
now.
It killed my lungs.
Yeah.
I'm sick all the time from it unless I watch. I'm like a soldier waiting for the bad guy around the corner who's going to kill me now. So I was sick for 7 years, and it was bad.
And it took a while for them to figure out what was wrong with you.
They didn't figure it out. I figured it out.
You figured it out. Okay.
Every doctor I went to was more a boob than the last one. You think you got boobs? I had boobs. So it was really terrible.
Yes.
I figured, then I go to, and I only went to a big doctor, the head doctor.
Yeah.
I take a medicine thing that I had just gotten to the head, and he comes in with 12 kids there, and he says, you don't mind if I speak to my pupils. Well, I did, but I didn't say anything.
Right.
I'm intimidated then. That's why I'm never intimidated now.
Yes.
And he proceeds to just talk to them about me like I'm invisible. He never looked at me, and he gave me prescription when I left, the exact same freaking thing that I had brought.
With you.
With me. Look at that.
Wow.
They don't understand this.
So you cured yourself before he did?
I went to an allergist, and I'm supposed to go on the machine. So
Yeah.
I sat next to a man who was reeking with cigarette smoke, and his wife was the one with lung cancer, which shows you who did that. And I go in and I say, I can't breathe, I have to go home. No. We have the machine ready for you, take it. And they grabbed me and they put me in the machine. And when I come out of the machine, they said, there's nothing wrong with you. And I went,
No, you knew that there was something wrong.
I had to have 2 guys on either side carrying me almost to the car.
Listen, speaking about guys.
Wait, I'm not.
Go ahead.
One more
Sorry.
point.
I
I realized every time I went to a party of my theater friends,
Yes.
that they smoked, and I came home and I had
You would get sick.
bronchitis.
Yeah.
5 weeks, 6 weeks, 3 weeks, 7 weeks. I realized.
It was, yeah. It's a sensitivity.
So I said, now there's a name for it: multiple chemical sensitivities.
Okay.
I had to tell doctors that. I found my own cure.
You know, you're not the only one. There are a lot of people out there that do.
I met a lot of people in stores that sell all sorts of
like
vitamins.
holistic
Vitamin
stuff.
store,
Yeah. All right, well, listen, we're going to take my last break. When we come back, we're going to talk about Barbara working with me on a TV series. So don't go away. We'll be right back.
Am I ever getting another job on that?
I don't know. We'll find out.
Teresa Farrow.
And who's the best actress you know?
Teresa Farrow.
And who's the best cast member in Bad Boys?
Teresa Farrow.
Who's got the best radio?
Teresa Farrow.
Stop. Who's your favorite Jimmy?
Teresa Farrow.
Who are you loving right now?
Teresa Farrow.
All right, Chuck. I love you too, baby.
Love you as always.
Thank you.
Who are we saying hello to?
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Tea Time. Thank you, my friend Doc Gooden. I'm going to try to get him in studio on my show. He actually did my show during COVID. We did it virtually.
Who do we have
Thanks
to say
Sal
hello
the
to?
Voice Valinetti. I already said hi to. We said hi to Ann, but thanks to Sal the Voice
The other
Valinetti
one.
before, and Gina from Rescuing Families for doing the Dove commercial. It's just great. She has such a beautiful nonprofit that helps people with disabilities renovate their homes and make their lives
Oh my God, that's
so
fabulous.
much easier for them. Anyway, I want to talk because I'm doing the Wizards books with Joe Simonera, and Joe said, I need an older woman to play a witch, and she said, do you know anyone? And of course I said, my girlfriend Barbara. I says, I'll bring her. So we filmed in Valley Stream, and there we are. We played 2 witches.
Oh, dear God.
We played 2 witches. Oh, dear God, look at me. And we play too much, and there's another picture with Joe DeBarry. There's Joe DeBarry in his wig.
He was cute.
And yes, Joe is a cutie. And
So you see what I
had-
mean, huh?
So we had a blast. Yeah, Barbara, he told us no makeup, come with no makeup. And we filmed that in Valley Stream. And we had a blast doing that. And Barbara, Barbara sometimes is a little hard at taking directions. And so there's this really, really cute guy.
Oh, my God.
Adorable. And I'm on one side of him, and Barbara's on the other side of him. And the scene is where we slowly move our faces and mouths to his ear. And he's looking straight, and we're slowly moving in, synchronized. And we have to pretend that we're whispering this spell. So all of a sudden, this kid starts cracking up. And Joe yells, "Cut!" And
He's laying down with his head on the table, pounding.
And I said, "Barbara, what did you say to this kid?"
I said, "I'm going to take you home and ravish you." Well, they said, I whispered. You didn't hear it, huh?
Well, I didn't hear it because
the director heard it.
Well, I said, "What did you say?" And then that's when you said, "I told him I want to take him home and ravish him." And the whole set, everyone on the set was cracking up because it was hysterical.
I thought, I'll whisper something.
He smelled really good, too.
Oh, yeah.
He smells really good, too.
So then they said, "You look too good." Did you see those pictures? I look like number 2. Cocky. Doo-doo.
Caca.
So they said, no. He says, "You look too good." No make. So he says, tells his assistant, "Take her hair and pull it over her eye and open your mouth."
He wanted a certain look. He wanted us to, a certain look. But anyway, let's just say we had a lot of fun on set.
We did.
And I don't know if it's going to be on Amazon Prime, where it's going to be, but the Wizards book is going to be finalizing, filming, and then get it out there. And then it's supposed to be like a trilogy. So there's supposed to be almost like a Harry Potter. It's going to be continuous. So before, when you said, if I'm doing that again, I'm sure Joe's going to bring you back. As a witch.
I'm not going anywhere without makeup again. I just saw those pictures, and
he told us no makeup. I had no makeup on either.
But you're 72 years younger than me.
Not really, but
almost.
Okay. You're going to make yourself 105 or something.
Well, okay.
But no, so that was a nice experience. You had a fun time.
I had a fun time, particularly because they brought in so much delicious Italian food.
They catered.
I didn't know what to eat first.
Yeah, Joe.
But I managed.
Joe does good at catering. He definitely feeds us.
And everyone was wearing the most interesting costumes. The girl was, oh my God,
really pretty.
But the best one was the boy.
Yeah, he was a cutie. Very, it was nice. It was fun.
Wonderful.
It was fun. And you're always, what I love about Barbara is that she's always game for anything. You're always up for anything. You know what I mean? I'll say like, "Hey, you want to do this?" "Yeah,
yes.
Sure. Come on, let's go."
I call her Twinkle. Did I say that? Twinkle, because she's such a star.
Thank you.
She's my star. You're my star. Saint Teresa.
Oh, Madonna me. So listen,
oh, I have 2 sons. And I have 4 grandchildren.
So what do you do these days to keep busy? I know COVID sucked and we went through COVID, but now we're out of COVID.
Okay.
What are you doing to keep busy?
Meadowbrook women called me up. I did a little show for them on the Yiddish group. And I was hilarious. I did everything I knew. And
She
now
was
they
hilarious.
Well.
You're always a big hit. I can't stop playing with this
No, I
hair.
really did well. I told them every joke I knew, and now they call me. They don't have anyone to fit in for November. So I have to do it again, but I'm not going to do the same things again.
Oh, so you have to write new material.
Then I have a friend, Lisa, who bakes cupcakes. So I'm making the toppers. I don't know if you know
she does the fondant.
Fondant, what up?
Fondant? Is it fondant?
I don't know.
Fondant? So she sculpts the fondant.
So I made leaves with flowers on them, and the leaves are very pointed, and when the fondant gets dry, it's pretty...
It cracks?
No, it doesn't. It gets hard, and you could stick it in the cupcake.
Oh, okay.
So her church was having a big thing for the Monsignor or something or other,
Yeah.
and they asked her to make 3 dozen, so she made 5 dozen. I only make 20 toppers.
Now, are you teaching at all? Are you doing any teaching right now?
No.
No. But I know.
Well, I had another group that used to come to my house.
Can I tell everyone what you're notorious for?
Oi, what?
Returning things to the library.
What does that mean?
Well, you like to listen to tapes, right?
Not anymore.
Well, you used to. When I
I have
first met her, we went
Alexa.
to the library a lot.
You're saying that I stole things from the library?
No, I'm just saying that she said that she couldn't find it, and then she did.
So what? That's a topic?
Well,
That's
it was
what you're
just-
talking?
No, it was always
That's
funny
what-
because you would say to me, I can't find it, I can't find it.
And you'd come over and find
We
it.
find it. I would pray to St. Anthony and find whatever you lost.
I had so many dollars around the house with tape on different things for St. Anthony.
It's true. It's so true. It is, it's true. Listen,
This is not a good topic.
we have 5 minutes left. What do you want to talk about? What are you doing in the future?
Well, I'm doing this thing in November, and then I have 4 podcasts, Zooms that I go on with different
What are you
organizations.
doing in November?
I'm doing another, I don't know.
And then you're doing Zoom shows?
I'm not doing them. I'm in one of the people who does the Zoom. That's when I have 3 or 4 a
Yes.
week.
And will you be traveling in the future?
Yes.
Where are you traveling to? And do you need a traveling
I didn't know I did.
companion?
I didn't know I did, but the volunteer here, Saint Teresa, I don't know how glad my family will be to see you. I'm sure they will, or I'll smack them.
You're going for 4 days. How bad could it be?
I'm going to Costa Rica. My granddaughter there.
Costa Rica! Are you excited? How long's that flight? Do you know?
No, if I knew, I would be less excited.
Oh.
I think it's 6 hours.
Really?
I think we might have to change as well.
Wow. We're
I was
talking
going-
Xanax, Barbara. We're going to need Xanax.
I don't need that. I need just to
I
sit
do.
on the aisle, pretend I'm in a bus, and never look out the window.
Okay.
That's
All
my
right, if
method.
that works for you. So you like the aisle seat?
Yes, please.
Yeah, I do too. I like
Oh.
to know I could get up and get down.
It's
without
my trip.
bothering
You don't have to
anyone.
get up and get down.
Okay.
I'll let you out.
Have you ever been to Costa Rica before?
Of course not.
All right.
They just moved there.
And you're going for 4 days, right?
I hope so.
4 to 5 fabulous days.
You know what I didn't know, and maybe you people do know, if you don't look at your passport, it has, I think, a 10-year span.
Yeah.
Mine was over in 06. I thought I have a passport.
Oh.
I was ridiculously naive
Yeah.
to think that I have a passport. When I looked at it, so I had to pay extra. Oh, I go into CVS to take a picture.
Right.
There's a rotten pimple boy there, and he says to me, stand over there. So I stood over there. Apparently, he either hates his mother or grandmother.
Oh, my God.
I stood over there. He says, not there, there. So I stood over.
Well, he wasn't very nice.
I put on a big smile. No, smiling. What the?
Wow.
Okay, I won't smile.
You can't smile for your passport picture. You have to look very serious and stoic.
Stoic. Well, you saw that rotten picture of me with my lip up. I wanted to do
Well, you
that.
were snarling. We were snarling.
I was snarling.
You wanted to snarl.
So I wanted to snarl at him. I wanted to kick him somewhere if I could pick up my foot. So he took the picture. It was ugly. He says to me, okay, that's enough. You could go now.
You know
I
what?
said, you know what? I'll go when I'm ready. I was ready. I left. So then I go to the, you see your freaking ugly hat.
It's fine.
Oh, my God.
There you go.
Anyway, so I go to the Massapequa post office where
Yeah.
you're supposed to take out, put your papers
Yes, for
in
the passport.
And there's the most wonderful, lovely girl there. And she says, do you have a picture? I said, no, because I lost it in my purse. It was too ugly.
Oh,
It dived in, it wouldn't
no.
come out. So she says, okay, stand over here. I said, can I smile? She said, you could smile a little.
Oh, she let you smile.
She was a person.
Okay.
He wasn't.
So she let you, smirk.
I smirked.
Like a smirk.
I
No
have a
teeth,
smirk on
but
my...
a smirk.
No teeth.
Well, you know what I found out, too, through my sister, is that even though your passport's good for 10 years, this is what I was told, you can't use it if it's within 6 months of expiring.
What?
I know. Isn't that crazy? Like, why can't it just expire when the expiration date is expired? Like, why does it have to? Why can't you use it 6 months?
Nothing
before it
makes sense
expires?
anymore.
I know, no,
Nothing,
it doesn't.
absolutely
it
not.
doesn't make sense.
So when I told Teresa today, now a little while ago, that I was going to Costa Rica to see my son and my granddaughter, who was, as I said, 13. Somebody
I said, I've never been there. Do you need a chaperone? Do you need a companion? I think, Barbara, you need someone to go with you.
I need my nurse,
You
Saint
need
Teresa.
Saint Teresa with you. You do. I need to know that you got there okay. And
Oh,
that
yes, you do.
I have to have whatever you need in front of you or behind you, or you know what I mean?
I do.
You do.
I do.
You do. Did you have a good time?
I had a wonderful time because I love you.
I love you too. Give me a kiss. Mwah. Watch the hat doesn't fall off. All right, listen, I want to thank everyone for tuning in to this Spooktacular Tea Time, this very special Halloween edition of Tea Time. I'm thrilled Barbara was here. Actor, comedian, artist, and a teacher. Who knew? Now I know that she taught art for many years. She's an amazing person. She really is. We laugh together a lot. She tells me her jokes.
She bosses me around.
I do boss her around. because
Constantly.
She needs structure. I'm there to help you to give you some structure.
Every time she comes in,
she gets excited because I rearrange her pantry.
I was just going to say that.
I'm a professional
She rearranged
organizer.
the pantry, but what she's not telling you is she comes and does a spot check, and if anything is out, she starts yelling.
Yes. All right, listen, we're going to go. I want to tell everyone happy Halloween. I hope everyone stays safe. Have a good Halloween. Don't drink and drive. And happy 55th double nickels to Bobby Lacera.
Oh, yeah.
And everyone stay safe. Tell everyone you love them. And I'll see you next week.
Goodbye,
Ciao,
family.
everybody.